Are we good back here? You guys good? All right.
Oh my God, were they talking and he just shut them up? I gotta go back just a tiny bit.
Hey, I thought it was all over.
Yep, we got Big Red today, right here on Row Coverage on this breakdown.
All right. So, listen, as far as the injuries go, Mike Edwards had a concussion, Willie's neck. He had tweaked his neck, and that was bothering him. And then Joe Tooney hurt his right pec. So
That's not good, man. I really like Joe Tooney, Creed Humphrey. They've got some dudes.
But are we good back here? You guys good? All right.
Oh my God, were they talking and he just shut them up? I gotta go back just a tiny bit.
So, but are we
Yeah, they were talking. Oh, interesting.
good back here? You guys good? All right.
Get it, Andy.
All-time classic again. Every time we play one of Sean's teams, it comes right down to the end. He's done a phenomenal job here, and a phenomenal job this year, like Coach of the Year level coaching. And if we don't play them again, I'm good with that. But I'm so proud of our guys and the job that they did. Just one heck of a job. You know, the sidelines were so positive, which I thought was important in this game. You knew it was going to be a tight game just because of the caliber of team they've got.
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you, Big Red. Man, I took the Bills in this one, and if you've been here at Row Coverage, you know I'm not a Josh Allen fan. You know I'm not even really a Bills fan. But damn, I didn't. Man, I got sold something. I thought it was finally the time. I thought McDermott, Allen, and everybody was going to finally turn the corner. We were going to be like, oh my God, they came out here and beat the Chiefs by 20 points. And Josh Allen, 4 or 5 touchdowns, and it was just going to be a dynamic thing. And the first half, it was going good for him. But man, that second half, did not expect the Chiefs to come out as, head hunting and just going after Josh Allen on the defensive side. That defense really helped them win this game. Of course, offense had to put up points, but damn, what a coaching job by you, Big Red. So mad shout out to you.
And it was, and our guys just kept their composure through the highs and the lows of the game. They supported each other. Defense started off a little slow, and then they picked it up. I'm so proud of them and the job that they did.
Exactly what I just said, man. That defense was in the first half, but that second half, y'all were giving them the business.
In that second half, Spags had a great game plan, and he made a couple of little adjustments there, and the guys did a nice job with that. Offensively, the job that our offensive line did, that's a good group, nine defensive linemen that can play, and they rotate those guys, so you're hitting fresh bodies every time every series that you get them. I thought our offensive line did a nice job. Patrick and Kelsey, with the record that they broke there with Gronk and Tom, I mean, that was a great job there. Kelsey had 2 touchdowns and some big catches. It was great to see Marquez have a game like he did. He's taken a lot of heat, and he just kept hanging in there and came up with some big catches. And then Pacheco. So Pacheco is a beast, runs so hard, and
he runs like an angry anime character is what a lot of people described it. And after watching my wife watch some of her animes, I'd have to agree with you.
And then Clyde stepped in and had a couple great plays for us there too. But to put the hammer down at the end with those couple runs and get the first down and in the game was a big thing there. So, and then Nagy's game plan, like I said, was so deep on the offensive side, and there was plenty of stuff even left over. And we said we were going to empty the chart today and run everything, and we didn't run out of anything. So it was a great job by him. And then Dave Tobe, with the exception of not getting Chanel's helmet on for a kickoff, he did a great job. But Chanel came back and ended up getting stopping the fake that they had. So, but I think that's about it. So time's yours.
Hey, first of all, I'm going to give the Chiefs mad props. I was one of the people as well that said the Chiefs would not get back to this point this year, but of course, I'm proven wrong. Travis Kelce, that defense before anything, and of course, Patrick Mahomes was able to will them to this win, and so many more. But I'm not going to or I'm not going to bury the lead. We're not going to delay any longer. I'm taking the Ravens 100% versus the Chiefs. I don't think that the Chiefs can really compete unless that defense really, really gets after Lamar. If the Chiefs end up going back to a Super Bowl and it's Chiefs-Niners, oh my God. If it's Chiefs-Lions, good Lord. And of course, the one I'm really rooting for, which is Baltimore and Detroit, because I think that would just be the funniest Super Bowl ever. You know, two franchises. Obviously, Baltimore and Detroit have their own stigmas, but man, you want to talk about two gritty franchises? Let them go out there and fight it out. I think that would be a great game. So,
Andy, you like that rule where you fumble and the ball goes out of bounds?
Yeah, well,
he's asking him about, just in case you can't hear it, about the fumbling out of the end zone, which happened in this game, obviously. So,
listen, he's had so many big plays for us over time, and on that play, you know, but you can't reach out. That's you know, he was trying, so you give him the effort, but we know that you can't do that down there because of that reason, and so you got to protect that football, and he'll get better for that.
Hey, what happened in the second half with your run defense? Because they seemed to run a lot more effectively in the first half.
Yeah, yeah. So I thought the guys. I mean, this sounds ridiculous, but the technique. Joe was emphasizing using the hands, separating, and making sure they could see things. They were getting tied up in, you know, these guys, as opposed to separate and then using their speed, take care of business, and then at the same time controlling their gap. And then I thought our linebackers, whether it was Bolden or whether it was Drew, made some big plays. Chanel made some big plays. Our safeties, you saw Reid step up and had some nice hits there.
man, this defense, though, to be honest, before anything, this offense has got the pieces: angry runners, great passers, great catchers, everybody especially on the offensive line in general. But the thing that is going to win this game against the Ravens, if you can, is going to be your defense. Obviously, you might have a few defensive pieces out, and Baltimore might as well. But it's really going to come down to that defense. Can you stop Baltimore? Because even versus the Texans, we're 10-10 half. They end up finishing them with like north of 30 points. So that's going to be something you really, really have to watch out with this team, because if Lamar ends up breaking off a 60, 70-yard run and, they get an easy touchdown, man, it's going to be a long game to be a Kansas City Chief.
Yeah, well, we missed a couple, there. So we had a couple that Pat wanted back. He was so mad on corner routes, but he came back and fixed that and did some nice things. And, we've got to make sure we score. We got to make sure we're putting them in the right positions. I thought, we could have been better. I told you that I went back and looked at all that, and as did the coaches, and we just got to, we got to make sure we're putting them in the right position, and guys making plays. And I thought our guys made plays down there.
And that's the thing. The coach can only put them in so much room to succeed. They actually have to execute, of course. But, man, if it's coaching really comes down to an Andy Reid versus the Harbaugh. Boy, if it's really the year of the Harbaugh, then I don't think there's anything Andy Reid can scheme up. But obviously, regardless of what you put out on the field, they go out there, blood, sweat, and tears, and try to make it happen. And I don't think a single Chief is going to go into this game saying, oh, well, they're the Ravens, they're going to win. So, no, they're going to walk in there with the mindset of we are the better team. So I think it's going to be arguably the best game. Niners Lions is going to be interesting, but I think it's going to be very lopsided. Whereas this Chiefs Ravens one, I think is going to be a lot closer, and it's going to be the game of the weekend.
Did a nice job.
Was it just another cleaning up the execution?
Yeah, that and the plays that I was dialing up at that time. We've got good plays. It's just how where you dial them up at.
Can you talk about Travis Kelce a little bit? 2 touchdowns today, but you go back, 8 games or whatever, and had not had the scoring production anyway that we've seen before. What was there for him today?
Yeah, and they had a plan for him. I mean, they were bringing in 33 there for a couple series and having him playing man and then put a guy over the top. And but listen, I thought Kels just did a nice job. I think that time off that he had there before our last game and into that last game helped him. He benefited from that. He was banged up a little bit, and he was able to kind of get over that and get himself back.
Guys good? All right, great.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Sounds good. I appreciate you, Kansas City Chiefs, for giving us this information. Obviously, a very short presser for us today. Andy Reid comes in there poised, answering questions. I like that he cut somebody off and told them, "Are you guys ready for me to talk?" I thought that was great. So good luck, Big Red. Good luck, Kansas City Chiefs. You guys are going to need it this week when you go to Baltimore for this championship game. So my name is Nick. If you want to find out more breakdowns, reactions, or more, socials are linked below. Otherwise, have a great rest of the day. Peace.